Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to you, wherever you are, whatever time it is when you listen to this. Welcome to my channel. I'm Fifth Degree, which you can call me Fifth. Alright, thank you for all those people who called me. Appreciate you. Right now, though, I'm gonna do just an essence reading, see what we got going on out in the atmosphere, see what we pick up on, see what's going on. Okay, all right. Not all readings are going to resonate with everyone. If it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. That is okay. That simply means that this reading isn't for you. And if it don't fit, don't force it. All right. If it does, don't ignore it. Okay. All right. So that being said, adherence to boundaries. That's definitely one of them. Adherence to boundaries and understanding exactly what is and what isn't, right? What is at 111. We got the portal coming up. So the 11 portal, right? It's coming up. So just be mindful of that as we are taking in this essence, and then there'll be a lot of random stuff that will be going on. I'm only going to use one deck though. I'm only going to use one deck, but I'm going to use a lot of different decks. We're going to do a download to y'all and see what we got going on. Hi, Monty Bear. How are you? I hope you're doing okay. Make sure you eat. Make sure you eat today. Okay. All right. Okay. Hopefully everybody's been really paying attention to their surroundings and their awareness. Today is Saturday or Saturn, right? Some of the stuff that I'm getting from it is it'll be about inflation, Tower moment. Up with the star, Aquarius, Uranus. One of the things that's really coming to me is about the broken foundation. And it's like no people are coming out of it, but it's a broken foundation or a crack in the foundation. Hey, you got the Tower, the Star, the Hangman. Let's see what else. Okay, so we got the Tower, the Star, the Hangman. The Tower, the Star, Hangman. King of Cups reverse, Five of Cups upright, Knight of Wands reverse, Seven of Wands reverse. Basically, what this is giving is there being some suspense and a manipulation for one to be disappointed. And it will cause the impulse of one not being protected. One of the things I'm going to go on here and say that this is definitely given right off the bat is the whole Libra essence, how disappointment is the only way that something will get done, right? And manipulation, shifting the emotion and one's impulses of not being protected. The other portion of it is there will be some workings being done in regards to one's willpower. within one not having, the two not being committed. What constitutes as a commitment, and with them being an older man. One of the things I'm going to go ahead and say, according to what this is, uh, it's like it's automatic disappointment. Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Let me go ahead and say this. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, right? Water and fire. Some of it will be about the whole mock awareness, mock Sagittarius essence, that could come into place. Now, when I say mock, you could put it however it is that you want to, okay? It could be, making fun of. The other portion, it could be the additional emotion that will come into place depending on which sign this is, right? And depending on where the vibration is for the signs, okay? But there being 7 candles that will be burned. 7 yellow candles. Some of this is going to be about the whole happiness aspect, because that is one of the things that comes into place with candle magic. But it's also given, according to this, it would have been some situations that were taking place in order to for cowardice. The suspense of one not being loving, and the projection of one not being loving, and there being 5 pictures displaying that impulse that comes into place with it. And what happens when a person is loved appropriately or accordingly. Everybody is going to need the same type of love. That's basically what that boils down to. For the alchemist, it'll be about the incoming love, so to speak. And the doing of love in regards to one shifting their emotion and their willpower. So that there can be inspiration to be protected. There we go. Alright, then there's the materialization of a passion, new beginning, and there being movement. Within, I'm here within a priestess being revealed, or the priestess revealing her secrets. Revealing the secret, revealing her secrets. What happens when one talks about things. And there being justice and balance, the movement being justice and balance. Anything else. A lot of what this is given though, seriously, with this whole Queen of Pentacles reverse essence, because Queen of Pentacles reverse, Ace of Wands, Six of Swords upright, Justice upright, right? I'm hearing the whole, let it go. Anna and Elsa, it's typically what I say, let it go. In regards to the love of enlightenment and happiness in the community. Alright, so we got a lot of major arcana coming into place right now. So this is going to be for a lot of different spaces. If you're watching for love and romance, right? Basic thing I can tell you is it will be some situations going on where a person will be very disappointed with one not being there. The other portion of it, right? In the business aspect, is going to be the location of the stars of suspense, and there being and star seeds. Okay, there's a different star seeds and celebrities. That's two different things, y'all. Two different things, two different situations that will be going on. Because just because a person is a celebrity doesn't necessarily mean that they're a star seed, and just because a person is a star seed doesn't mean that they're a celebrity. And the other portion will be about the celebration. That's what I'm really getting. In the month of May, we're not doing love in May as an impulse, not acting on any impulses of love. And the other portion of it is the whole Queen of Pentacles aspect reverse. One not being relaxed in the beginning of fashion, new beginning. And there being movement in the balance of lovers and of a lover's enlightenment of the community. Knowing what the community is and holds and what they know. Okay, let's see. Let me get a little bit more about this justice. What's going on with this Libra situation? Because it's on the one hand is the feather portion, right? And this is so ironic. The feather portion is on the side of the Six of Swords, right? With there being movement. And then the heart portion is on the side with the lovers. Moving lovers, removing lovers, movement of lovers, movement of lovers. Okay? And then when I have a fast movement, when I'm moving fast, not being pleased, policy. The policies that come into place with lovers. Cancer and Libra not being a Cancer. Or a Capricorn. There's some stuff that will be going on with some obsessions. The obsessive nature that comes into place with policies for balance, and what constitutes as policy for balance. You know what this is giving? How a person wouldn't be quick to apologize to someone that they would love. Yeah, no, because what it's giving is that saying, love needs no apologies. Okay, well, let me go ahead and say this. With this top route and the impulse to be, for one, not to be protected, that's not love. So, however that comes into place. The other portion of it is the impulse for one not to be guided. Shifting the inspiration and the impulse of what would guide an individual's inspiration. And then what would happen is there wouldn't have been a materialization with this whole Ace of Wands. With somebody doing a love spell. Fuck it. My bad, y'all. But doing a love spell for unconditional love. Okay, with a pink candle. Let me go ahead and say this, y'all. If you doing love spells, yeah, because it's so often that people do love spells out of disappointment, and guess what's going to happen? You got to be disappointed every time in order for you to do love. Some stuff going on in regards to good news, not in the alchemicalization of it, it'll be one moving quickly to structure things. But in regards to it, on the one hand, the feather would be the policing, the policies, and all that other stuff. And on the other hand, it would be the structure. It's giving ventricles. And what the enlightenment will be, King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Putting the thoughts into action, and the enlightenment and the happiness. enlightenment, happiness, joy. With King of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or within doing what it is that one will feel according to the information they have presented so that they can transform things on a humanitarian scale and within themselves is what that's giving. What it's giving is how a person would have initially learned certain things is what it's giving. How you initially learn something within within one not having a small offer of stability. Not having a small offer of stability. Page of Pentacles reverse. I'm hearing the song. You're like ice, icy. Kelly Rowland. By Kelly Rowland. What goes on with ice? Oh my goodness, what are y'all doing? Okay, so let's break this. I was just gonna say, let's break this down in a business form and business format. Okay, Eight of Swords. It flew out on top of this Five of Cups and this Knight of Wands. Okay, so inside one's mind, one being disappointed with an impulse. Part one, part two. It'll be about the whole time. It'll be about in a business aspect. It'll be about what it is that will be going on in the actual building and what will be projected in the building. And then there'll be in this King of Cups reverse. It's not about the doing of love, but more so the manipulation and narcissism that comes with disappointment. I transmute. Well, it'll be about the psychic nature of what goes on with you're your own family. You're your family too. Family isn't just on the outside of you, family is on the inside of you as well. Okay? So that's important for whatever reason. The other portion of it is going to be in regards to, like if you take care of yourself, others don't have to take care of you. And typically people will put you in positions where you have to have help because that's the manipulation that comes into place with it, that you have to have help from somebody else. That's that whole codependence situation that's been going on. That people been putting out there. What goes on in one's isolation. Some of this other stuff, it is that I'm really picking up on for the business aspects is going to be in regards to manipulating the disappointments that come with the impulse of not being of whether or not an individual is protected or heartbroken. How one would take advantage of heartbreak and heartache. Don't break my heart, my achy breaky heart. No, because some of it that is kind of coming to me is within a person being their own family. If you've ever worked at a facility or in a space that says, we treat each other like family, and they would utilize how family would treat you, or what they would be implying that family would break your heart, basically. It's also given with that Hierophant that had came out earlier in the reverse. It was just at the bottom of the deck. How a girl's first love is her father, and a boy's first love is his mom. And when you get to a certain age, that person will break your heart in the romantic aspect because you wouldn't be able, it may not be for you to be with somebody like them. You have your own things that you would need to learn and do in order to gain clarity. own path. Yeah, you can't have everybody do particular types of work for you. Oh my goodness. And how one would anchor, but what I'm getting from it is kind of anchoring in a new beginning, materialism, material wealth, being unrelaxed, and the dirtiness that comes in the beginning of the movement. Within there being a balance of one not being victorious but an obsessive with a lover, not making a small offer of stability. Yeah, it's one of those, but you love me, you don't have to do that. That's what that's kind of coming into place with that. Oh my goodness. And then the enlightenment that comes with one realistically just cutting to the thoughts, cutting in the community. And it's giving the disappointment in the community because they feel like they wouldn't be protected. And that's the naivety that comes into place with it. Feeling like one wouldn't be protected. And in a reconciliation. One of the things I'm going to go ahead and say is, who made you feel like that? Because whoever made you feel like that, you really need to question them. Especially when we're talking about all this the authority and what the doing of love is. The doing of love ain't putting your hands on somebody. I don't care what age you are. That's giving like the whole childlike aspect of a lot of different situations. So it's that part. The other portion, right? Yeah, because it's giving collected information. It ain't for you to collect. That's what it's giving. Yeah, a person wouldn't have been minding their business. Is that part? I don't see an end on top of that. I don't see any offers or coins coming into any of these situations. I see a lot of air, I see a lot of fire, and I see a little bit of water. But I see a whole lot of major arcana, meaning these are some major situations that will be happening and coming into place. And the irony that comes into place with it is the stability. And what it would have been to be dirty in the beginning. No, from the start. I just said that everything came out. Okay, being dirty from the start. One not being able to go on another day. Right? Being completely exhausted. Just, drained. And within being a priestess. What it is to be a priestess. And then the impulse of betrayal and reciprocation. The ending of reciprocation is an investment and not discussing what it is that will be cleared out as an apology. In short, no, because what this is as an apology, as an offer of intimacy or Pisces, one of the things I'm going to go ahead and say in regards to this, yeah, with one not being a child, one not being a child, not being a person's child, that's part of it. The other portion of it is with this whole apologies or Pisces essence, and it's a beaver. And we just had a beaver moon, so whatever that is. Within this whole impulses portion is gonna be, yeah, the betrayal is 6 to 7 years not being discussed. The endings is 6 to 7 years. Or the ending of reciprocating investment. Some of that's gonna be about 9 days ago. But with this whole Knight of Cups essence, with this Knight of Cups, y'all, on top of this, Yeah, in short, it's not going to be about the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, right? Or even the impulses or intuition, but it'll be about Pisces. The Pisces essence and the Piscean nature that comes into place with things. The apology. And how a person would claim that no one would have ever said anything about an apology. Okay, that would be a lot in regards to some things. Because as an adult, these are, for the most part, with being major arcana, these are all adult cards. An apology is something that you are taught. I don't care what household you raised in or how long you've gone in life. You know what an apology is. That's that part. The other portion of it is within there being intimacy or emotion. Coming in with intimacy and emotion, right? Clearing out what it is that one would feel. And what's going on in this, what will be going on. Because when you got a full cup, you can't really move that fast with a full cup. Whatever that is, whatever that means for you. Something that I heard was a person. It was a person that was that I had been I had spoken with. They never apologized. Okay, so let me say this, y'all. When you don't apologize for doing a lot of the things it is that will be going on, that doesn't necessarily, or that in itself qualifies you for a violation of boundaries. Okay, so it's that part. The other portion of it, right? You're not babies. You're not babies and you're not children. I don't care if that is your name. You should know that there's something that you're supposed to do. It speaks to how it is that a person would have been raised, and it also would speak to things that wouldn't have been paid attention to balance out being in a loving situation. And Gemini, right? Yeah, because you wouldn't be paying attention to what it is that will be going on. Now, Geminis, they are a bundle of emotion, right? But just because you as an individual with being a lover, you have a whole bunch of emotions. Some things you have to apologize for, but other things you wouldn't have to. This is a whole case by case basis. If we're talking about the law and justice, yeah, for there to be transformation, and according to the Sixth and Seventh Amendments, you do need to apologize. So it's that part. The other portion of it, it would be in regards to uh, what was going on and happening in regards to one being a high priestess. And what it is to, yeah, I heard reveal the secrets, but not necessarily be a high priestess. Everybody don't have that title. And sometimes people just get the title just because they practice for a really long time. But there are benchmarks and things of that nature that will come into place with it. Okay? So there's something else. The other thing is in regards to some stuff that will have taken place last month as part of it. There we go. Within one walking away and winning at all costs. Within one walking away within this whole situation of apology. Let me go ahead and say this. If you apologize, okay, so let's talk about this apologies portion real quick. If you step on a person's foot and you apologize, that doesn't cover you apologizing for everything. This is what I mean by that. Or if you bump a person, you apologizing, that doesn't cover everything. because that's a mistake. That's an accident. But when you knowingly blow up at a person, explode on a person, don't tell a person you don't want nothing to do with them, all this other type of stuff. My bad, y'all. That requires an apology. That's more of an important apology than a person accidentally stepping on your toes. That's a hell of a if you steal from a person, right? Um, I'll give an example with myself. Stealing my cars, wrecking my house, getting an attitude with me because I'm trying to uphold positive boundaries and teach people the right thing, and you getting an attitude and setting out to try to destroy me, that will require an apology. That's not no lover situation. That will require a freaking apology and reciprocation. That will require a lot. That requires an apology. Accidentally stepping on a person's foot and then stepping on a person's foot too. Yeah, no. All of that requires an apology, ladies and gentlemen. It's that part. The other portion of it is it's going to be about what it is that would have happened with the skin. Yeah, some of this stuff is going to be in regards to some needles, patchwork, all this kind of stuff, right? And then there being, and in that regard, you shouldn't have to apologize for the color of your skin. That's that portion. The other portion of it, no, when I say the color, yeah, because with this star here, that'll be skin and all this other stuff. Skin tone. And one of the songs that I was hearing that was really annoying to me is coming up now is by Kelly Price. A lot of this stuff is dealing with the green, so it's gonna be about some heart chakra shit that would need to be going on. But with Kelly Price, you should have told me I wasn't small enough. You should have told. And sure, how a person should tell you that they aren't enough for you, or you aren't enough for them. And the reality is, a person would have said it in multiple ways. It's more so about you using your emotional intelligence and intellect to pick up on the fact of, oh, maybe this isn't going to work. And sure, and then it's a lot of sad stuff going on. I know part of the reason why a lot of the sad stuff is going on because it's the month of November and everybody want to be all connected and the physical. But if you would have ruined things with a person, yeah, I used to say this all the time, especially with Thanksgiving and Christmas. Those be the times. This is the time of year where everybody, they do two things: they get booed up, and then they want to cuss their family out. That looks really horrible. That looks really bad. If you haven't taken care of it before Thanksgiving, 3311 on the clock. If you haven't taken care of it before Thanksgiving and before Christmas, either you don't really want to take care of it and you're just following the tradition of being messy and starting a whole bunch of stuff, or if you think that Thanksgiving, it being Thanksgiving and Christmas are the holidays, right? HOLIDAZE. If you're getting caught up in that, then you miss the whole mark of what family is and everything. Okay, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, because usually this is it. Even with like college students. You know what I'm saying? That's something that don't nobody want to, you're taught to uphold boundaries in yourself. Okay? Especially if you have a sun sign Gemini. That's another situation. One of the other things, right? Yeah, and if you would, like, what does require an apology? A person trying to bind somebody to their child so that they can do certain things, or to an actual child. God, this is a lot. But there being an abundance, there being an abundance of weaknesses that come into place with one having poor judgment, not making up their mind. And all of it is because one is attempting to win at all costs, any cost, and in regards to shifting one's willpower, in short, to make them strong. But feeling like an apology makes you weak. You know what? An apology doesn't make any person weak at all. none whatsoever. It doesn't hurt to apologize. Actually, it makes you a better person when you can say you're wrong. It does. When you can say you're wrong, and if you can identify when you will be right about something versus identifying when you will be wrong about something. One of the things it is in this whole business aspect, some of the things that will be going on with the course of 6 days with justice, with lovers or having lovers, right? It's like being thrown into a whole bunch of bullshit. It do be like that. But in that regard, being inside one's mind, collecting different information, right? Would cause for there to be a few different things that will be going on. Some of this stuff will be about one not being protected 3 days ago. Some of the other stuff, yeah, in the community. Other stuff is going to be about the time moment that comes with not remembering that one would have changed their mind or changed the judge. That one would have changed their mind. That something would have changed their mind. One of the things that happened yesterday, right? Yeah, it was like, I don't know if it's a timeline jump or timeline shift or what it was, but I know I was only sitting in the space for like a maximum. Yeah, it only felt like it was 20 minutes, but like 40 minutes had went past. And it was like, nah, this don't make sense. Yeah, like a half hour went past. It was like, nah, that didn't make sense. I ain't been sitting in this space that long, right? So I don't know what that's about. And the portal process that comes into place, yeah, because I have been keeping up with time, right? And it's a whole having what it is to have time to heal and what it is to transmute and shift essences. How it is it gives me. But yeah, it was like a whole, I'm gonna say like 35, maybe 40 minutes had went past from when I would have booked a space to the time I would have actually gotten into it. And the irony of when you're the type of person to be early opposed to on time. Yeah, because if you're on time, you're late. There is no such thing as late. And when you would be looking for something to happen at a specific or at a particular time. Okay? So, let's see. Let's clear this up real quick. See exactly. Yeah, because when we're talking about, and even with intimacy, let me ask y'all a question for real. Would you, in the intimacy, friendship aspect, because what this is giving is a lot of y'all are really shitty friends. You are. You be a really shitty friend. And it would be, based out of those thought processes. Oh, I ain't gotta apologize to you for this or that. Right? Yeah, or it'll be, oh, this is what you signed up for. Okay, let me explain something to y'all. I don't know about you, but no one knowingly signs up for, I'm hearing something about retribution, okay? No one knowingly signs up to get their ass for and they don't get anything out of it after the fact. Meaning, when we're dealing with any type of organization, right? After you've done the training or the crossing period, there are a lot of different things that are given to you, right? Say for instance, with any sorority or fraternity, right? You get a jacket, you get the dues it is that you pay, right? Is to ensure that you have all your insignias and everything for that particular organization. Now, that part when it comes to that. Now, when you're dealing with organizations that would help people, right? The problem that comes into place with that is, yeah, organizations, foundations. I was just going to say 501c3s, right? When you're dealing with those types of situations, um, and you're marketing or saying that you're going to provide a particular type of assistance, when you don't provide that particular type of assistance, an apology ain't going to cut it. Because you just made a person depend on you giving them something, so they include that into whatever it is they would have going on. So it's that part. The other portion of it, right, is in businesses. It's a reciprocation and it's an investment. Yeah, into varying spaces, places, all of that, right? Spiritual connection. Yeah, because what it's giving is when you know your spiritual connections and stuff. And if all you get out of knowing something that other people don't, and loving yourself, if all you get out of knowing a person and them hazing or bullying or whatever, what have you, if all you get out of it is them asking you for something because they know who you are, that's not really a good association to have. Yeah, that's a neutral. Now with any spiritual connections that come into place, yeah, and in addition to that, when you apologize, you don't go back to do the same thing, which means you weren't genuinely apologizing. You weren't genuinely apologizing. So in the Six of Cups and Ace of Cups, right, it's June, January, the spiritual connections that come into place when you love yourself unconditionally, however that is for you. And then the asking of assistance, asking for help. And over the course of 5 years, and the boundaries that will be set with what it is that would have been revealed about the path of manifestation, or the path of the magician, the world that one would have created. Some of it's going to be about Wednesday, some of it's going to be about what it is that would have taken place with this Lilith essence, with the boundary and the path. Yeah, what it's given is a lot of people utilize against Mercury retrograde, and when things are under review, it doesn't, yeah, because what it's given is every Mercury retrograde, you get Mercury retrograde 3 times a year, so you get to review a lot of stuff. You get a lot of time to review things, ultimately is what it boils down to. And within you having so much time to review things, even in the investigative aspect, once you see that it hasn't changed, you let it go. Go on to the next thing. It's like when you do paperwork, is what it's really giving. Like when you're doing paperwork, you do, yeah, once you finish with filing some stuff, you just go on to the next portion. You make sure you keep record of it and you file it. Like you make sure you keep your receipts, basically. It's that part. The other portion of it is going to be what it is that will go on with, after the apology, you have to understand that there are going to be boundaries. 4411, when I said after the apology, there's going to be a boundary. And it has to be boundaries so it doesn't happen again. 4422. The healing of the structure, the healing of the way that things will be being manifested, the healing that will be associated with being a master builder and having that information. So some of it's going to be about the masonry and Masonic portion. Audit. Yeah, in short, no one's above universal law. No matter if you're above regular law, you're not above universal law. What you put out, you get back. and within the health of what it is that will be structured. Now, because what is given is what we used to say, if you feed them, they'll favor you. Well, what are you feeding them actually? Because if what you feed a person makes them sick, they're not supposed to like you very much. Whether it be you feeding them a particular food they don't like, or you feeding them negativity, or you feeding them whatever that disagrees with them. Okay, so it's this. Yeah, because a lot of people feel like you should always be grateful for whatever it is you get. But if you have an allergy to, for instance, me personally, I don't do cold cheese very much. I really don't. It has to be melted. Actually melted, cooked, melted, not melted into a sandwich or anything. So I will pick off the cheese. I don't like it, and it doesn't agree with me unless it's shredded. Don't ask me why. It's just the way my body is. Okay. But when you get it, you can take the damn cheese off of the sandwich. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to eat the sandwich the way it is. It was given to you. In short, the other person doesn't control it anymore. What gets done with it? Oh my goodness. So that's that portion. The other portion is not working on one's willpower in a dark night of the soul, and then there being an inheritance as an investment or a paycheck as an investment. In short, this is what through in a dark night of the soul, a person giving you work, that's the investment that they make. Them giving you a job. They're going to pay you for your actual gifts and things of that nature. In short, they make you work for it in 3D, but they consult you in 5D. You post it in 4D, and in 3D, you're supposed to come and work in that space, but if they don't allow for you to come and work in that space, that means they never pay you. But they continuously asking for help, and you continuously helping them. That's part of the reason with this Lilith and what it is that will be revealed about the path of being a magician or magi. I'm hearing ancestral, all having an ancestry of magicians. Anything else? I just heard when you done did everything you supposed to do and they just don't want to give you credit for it. Yeah, how a person will want to get back in your good graces, but in order for them to get back in your good graces, there will have to be a paycheck that comes into place. And within the paycheck coming into place, it will have to be substantial to whatever it is that would have been going on in the dark night of the soul. Part 1, part 2, it will also be about 8 years ago. For somebody that's coming up 8 years ago, the dark night of the soul would have been that a person had a paycheck, and that's what would have been utilized to invest. A paycheck, an inheritance, whatever, what have you. The other thing that I'm really getting from this is a lot of people like doing this swoop and swap. You can't swoop and swap with a person that's not, you're not even on the, you wouldn't be able to ever really swoop and swap. You might get it for a little second, literally, a little second, but it's not going to last very long. You know why? Because it's not yours. And guess what? Yeah, it's still going to be an issue because the actual person that was supposed to do it didn't get the opportunity to do it. It wasn't, it's like, two people turn their papers in at the same time. One's a A student, one's a known A student, the other one is a known, I'll say D student, okay? I won't say an F, but a known D student, right? And what ends up happening is neither one of them remember to put their names on the paper, okay? And when they get up to the desk, the teacher, right, sees that neither one of them put their name on the paper. Now, what happens from that point on is, this is where teachers are very important, and teachers in the angelic aspect and everything. the teacher knows for a fact, right, that this is, yeah, that they're this D student, yeah, they put their names on the paper, and it turns out this D student all of a sudden gets an A, and this A student all of a sudden gets a D. Well, it's up to the teacher to actually pay attention to things like handwriting, pattern, what it is that they see going on a very regular basis, and how it is they collect information. So at this point, now is on not only on the teacher, but it's also on the students. One of the options that a teacher has is to issue whatever this assignment is over again to just those two students, part one. Part two, the teacher could just realistically follow pattern and see that, oh, okay, the A student, if the A student got a D, yeah, this is the reason why it's best to just reissue whatever the assignment is. Because if the A student got a D, that means that there could have been some distractions or stuff going on. But if it was a quiet environment, okay, then it wouldn't have been that. It must have been a mistake somewhere, right? So reissuing it, and you'll see, oh, okay, hold on, the A student got an A again, and the D student got a D. So essentially, that's the checks and balances that comes into place with it, okay? Putting your name on it don't mean anything in regards to a lot of different situations. This is the reason why we have issues with, yeah, with everything. And why certain people, yeah, why I can't stand for people to try to coddle me. That's just me, period, y'all. I don't know about y'all. Don't try to coddle me, and if you ain't got the balls to come and talk to me yourself and just say what you have to and anchor it yourself, don't talk shit. Don't do it. You're not in a position to. I don't care how high or low you are. And that's the other thing. Now, because within the whole high-low aspect, talking about structures and things of that nature, right? Yeah, because people were asking about different locations. It is that they would have been trying to utilize or have an event or a function at, and that would be one of the questions and statements that are coming into place. But within the boundaries and the path, and then there being the boundaries and the path and the payment of an investment, it not being an illusion. That part not being an illusion. And it not being, there is no options in it. When you say you want something a particular way, you want what you want. Can't nobody go around it. Yeah, that's part of the reason why that Virgo essence is coming up. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it's very unhealthy to only eat once a day. It is. You need to at least eat twice a day. And continuously putting junk food in your body is not a good way to take care of yourself. I said it. Okay, let me see if there's anything else. Inside one's mind, being the Queen of Cups. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Inside one's mind, one being loving. Okay. And waiting. Alright. So I'm hoping that it helps you guys out just a little bit. Gave you a sample of an inclination as to a few different things it is that's going to be going on. Okay. Within the making of an offer. Small, whether it be, depends on what constitutes as a small offer of stability, right? I'm saying this manifests in a lot of different ways. But a small offer of stability, short towards Virgo Capricorn, midheaven towards Virgo Capricorn, overall essence, but ultimately what it's boiling down to is the stability and practicality that comes within knowing what will get you to your ambition, within one being in isolation. Okay, so light enough, you all. I hope that helps y'all out. I really do. I hope it helps you out a little bit. Give you a tad bit of the inclination as to a few different things it is that will be going on in the business aspects. Yeah, you can't claim to do spiritual business and then you turn around and you do a whole bunch of not nice stuff to any person. If you say you're too spiritual, that don't work. Those two ideal sets, they kind of clash. And you're not honoring yours spirit or the spirit of your ancestors being magicians. I'm just saying. Alright, 5505. I ain't love to y'all, okay? Because see, remember, light work, it ain't light work. It is not light work. It's not light work. And that's why you have to stay light while you work.